The first time he is soloing in like real settings, like just a jazz setting. I mean, he's super gifted.
Oh my
You know what I
gosh,
mean?
I'm gonna hug
But
him
I wonder how he would
down.
do if he said, "Hey, let's just jam." I think
I've seen him in a couple of situations like that. It really depends.
Yeah.
right.
In his wheelhouse, he's kind of unbeatable. Outside
Right.
of his wheelhouse, it's a coin flip. And that's what's kind of funny that you mentioned that because we were just
You
talking
ever had to
about
play with him?
yeah.
Oh, you have played with him. Okay, so you.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
Right. Louis has a little clue.
He wants to come jam.
So that's cool too.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Oh, you do? That is so him.
I should have said that so far. And
Wow.
yet, oh my lord.
Wow.
So
Thank you, Simon.
so
That's hilarious.
so I remember the first
No, that's
time
what I
I
mean. So
ever
like so last week
like
I saw this.
walked
And
off
here.
a Carlos gig for not for the just like walked off
And
and
I
walked off,
and
but
like,
like
oh, look at that.
stepped outside for a bit.
Yeah, like,
Even though we were technically it was an outdoor gig. We were up in Goff. I
Very
don't know
thoughtful.
if you know where that is.
I
Up
sure do.
in Brunk.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where Carlos comes in
He's watching the
and
live stream.
takes over because of
Sure.
course he did, brought his own engineer. He basically tied into the sound system,
Very
and then
thoughtful.
they handed the keys over to his guys, which is not atypical, but really just him.
Yeah, disrespectful.
And well, it's not disrespectful. It's not out of the ordinary, but it's just, of course, he doesn't trust anybody to
Right,
run the
right.
show. My God. And so he had Vernon Black on guitar for that show, which I don't know if you know Vernon, but
I do.
he used to,
You can start playing anytime.
Oh,
Chris starts
he
streaming.
used to be Whitney Houston's musical director, her guitar player. Big deal. Really cool dude, but you can tell like he's been around.
He's just as bad.
Well, not so much just as bad.
Dan starts to
Right. Can you give me the feel again? What was it?
Yeah. All right. Good morning, Unity of Walnut Creek. So great to see you. How's everybody doing online? Right. We have Simon Russell in the house on piano. He will be singing soon. Yay! Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing I Am Blessed. Here we go. 1, 2. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or I lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am free. I am free. Every day of my life I am free, 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 free. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am free. I am free. Take it up. I am loved. I am loved. Every day of my life I am loved, 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 loved. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am loved. blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning, oh, lay my head to rest. Let's do another one. I am blessed. I am blessed. Last time. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning, oh, lay my head to rest. I am blessed. Sing that again. I am blessed. One more time. I am blessed. I am blessed.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek service. My name is Carolyn Jansen.
And my name is Carl, and if you're Swedish, I say hey to you. That's for Carl.
We also want to greet and bless everyone who is watching us online. Thank you for being with us. Your presence adds so much to our service. Please join me in welcoming our featured musician, Simon Russell. On vocals and keyboard, joined by Joey Pena. On bass, Diana Cueva. On drums, and our very own Lisa, our Unity song leader today. Thank you for sharing your music with us.
Reverend Kristen will deliver today's message titled Heart of Love. This is the second in a three-part series on humanity's evolution.
Before we begin, I invite you to turn your phones to silent as we enjoy this sacred time together.
And now let's take a moment to be grateful for the land our center rests upon. This is Bay Miwok and Ohlone land.
We honor the Bay Miwok and Ohlone people of today, and we're grateful for those who were stewards of this land before us. We commit to taking care of these sacred native grounds and Mother Earth.
Unity is a positive path for spiritual living, and our vision for the world is, and let's say this together, we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
Our mission is who we have come here to be. Together, we are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. Our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
I invite the ushers forward. If you are with us for the first time, welcome. And if you feel comfortable, please raise your hand so we may give you a welcome packet. No hands raised. If you are new and chose not to raise your hand, you're still more than welcome to be here. We're glad you're here. And there is a gift for you over in the bookstore after the service. And come on and join us, and we'll have coffee together and get to meet each other.
Connection cards are available in the newcomer welcome packet as well as in the seat pockets in front of you. And these are for everyone. With this card, you can submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
You may also share feedback or request information, so please place your cards in the basket along with the offering. For those of you viewing online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page of our website. We have just a couple of activities to highlight this week.
Have you ever wondered if there is such a thing as artificial inclusivity? What does true inclusivity look like in a spiritual community? If you are curious, join Dr. Cindy Aker on today at 1:30 for her enlightening workshop. We will dive deeper into understanding what an inclusive environment looks like from the perspective of those who seek to be included. We'll explore inclusivity, creative questioning, and the distinctions between diversity, inclusivity, and belonging. Join us today at 1:30 for this enlightening workshop.
And if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, Reverend Aker was here giving a talk when Kristen wasn't here. So delightful person and very knowledgeable, obviously, in this topic. And now we'd like to invite Reverend Kristen to the platform so she can tell us about her new class.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. So I have this great class coming up that you might have heard of and maybe even have read the book before, The Four Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. The Four Spiritual Laws of Prosperity by Edwene Gaines. She's a Unity minister. She's been here before, many years ago. She's been on the circuit for years, for decades. Her book is still today just as powerful and just as humorous as it was when she wrote it, and just as relevant for us today. So it's really her journey from her experience from poverty into a life that was prosperous in every way. And so we're going to approach this class as a book study, trying out the afternoons, on Wednesday afternoons at 2 o'clock, just to see how this rolls for us. So I hope you can come. The books are available in the bookstore, and it's age-old great prosperity teachings, a really wonderful foundation for us to return to together. So I hope you'll consider that. I also wanted to say that the inclusivity workshop today is it's right on our mission. In fact, that's why I invited Dr. Acker to come, is because we are a loving and inclusive community, right? It's one thing to say it. We're pretty good at being it, but there's always a whole lot more to learn, right? This is an ongoing, evolving learning opportunity. She's a great educator. She's a very gentle teacher. This is about all forms of inclusivity, this particular workshop, and inclusivity itself. So it's also a great segue, so I hope I'll see you at 1:30 for that. Also a great segue to introduce you to a member of our congregation who has been very involved in our music team, been on staff for our audiovisual team over time, and Larry Curtin, as we know, Larry, is going to share a little bit about himself right now. Yeah, thank you.
I'm not the greatest public speaker anyway. But anyways, good morning, everyone. Over the last 2 years, one of the most important lessons I've learned in life is to be your authentic self. Yeah. I'm a little emotional. So I'm coming out to you now as a transgender woman. I've known this for many years, back in my teens. But due to safety, back in that time, you just couldn't do that. And so, but since 2 years ago, a lot of those barriers broke down, and I was able to come out and be my authentic self. The last 6 months, I've been presenting pretty much authentically everywhere, but really here, because this is where I really know everyone. And so it's a big step for me, and because I really love you all very much, and it's been a wonderful time here that I've always had, and continue hopefully to be able to be a part of this, and just being on the tech team and drumming, and so I just really enjoy that very much. Of course, coming out with my amazing wife Terry, who's been so supportive and loving through this whole thing right from the beginning. It's been amazing. So thank you, Terry. And then, of course, my brother Mike and sister-in-law Jill just been so supportive and open, and just been an amazing support for me. And so I just wanted so I talked to Reverend Kristen for the guidance and support to help me get to the confidence where I can do this and be open with you here today. So next week I will be presenting as my authentic self, and my name is Lariah, and my pronouns will be she and her, and of course if you have any questions, I'm an open book and you're more than welcome to come and ask me. And so anyway, thank you, Reverend Kristen, for this opportunity and your support and your love, and because you are such a blessing to us all, so thank you.
Just stay and receive the love. Let it in. We love you. Wow. You know what kind of courage that takes? Wow. We really honor you, Lariah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. Yeah. We are a loving, inclusive community. You came to the right place, Lariah. Well, let's move into we're already in our hearts, big time, aren't we? Let's stay in our hearts and move into our time of meditation. I invite you to say with me our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. We'll start with some music. If Lisa can, well, that's all right. You can sing through your tears, and we'll have some guidance followed by some silence.
Open my eyes, teach me to see truly love. Open my heart, teach me to breathe freely love. Open my mind, light up my way with beauty as I open. I am open to love. Love, open my eyes, teach me to see truly love. Open my heart, teach me to breathe freely love. Open my mind, light up my way with beauty as I open. I am open. I am open to love.
Love. It's all there really is. It calls us higher every day to love each other, to love ourselves, to love our source, to love our earth home, to love the animals and the plants, the children and the seniors, to love people of so many beautiful, diverse expressions, to embrace and celebrate and say yes. You are made of love. You are cut from the very same cloth as the Holy Spirit, the whole spirit of love, for you are one with it. We are one with each other and it. And love. It cannot be divided. Love does not separate. Love does not judge. It unites, connects. So we find in our big hearts of love ways to keep growing, keep allowing, keep sharing, keep flowing. And right now in meditation, to receive. I open to receive love. In the silence, I receive love. Pretty soon we find that our infilling of love becomes an overflow of love. So let's share our love right now, sending it out across the world, across our country, in every direction. Sending it to our political leaders, leaders of every kind. Sending it to the newest of us who are just being born right now. To those who are on their way to the next dimension, making their transition. and to all of us in between who are a part of this great love of earth, love and humanity, ever-evolving love. Send it to anywhere on the planet you wish to give some extra love today, to any person or group of people or animals, the ocean, whatever it is that feeds your heart to give to. See how as your love spills over and moves through your heart, how good it feels to share it. How it multiplies as you share it, how you keep infilling as you outflow, how you are a body temple that cannot contain the flow of love, and no need to. For as we flow with love, we are given to again and again and again. We are prospered in ways we didn't think possible. We are grown and stretched and healed and whole and at peace. We are safe. In love, all things are possible. All things can be healed. All beings can be free. So let's simply open and stay open so we can give and receive love in a continuous flow. And so it is.
Love, open my eyes, teach me to see. Truly, love, open my heart, teach me to breathe freely. Love, open my mind, light up my way with beauty as I open, open. I am open, open, heart wide open. To love.
Have I told you lately that I loved you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? Fill my world with gladness, take away all my sadness. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. Morning, all its glory. Greets the day with hope and comfort too. Fill my world with laughter, No one does it better. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. There's a world that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine like the sun. At the end of the day, we should give thanks and pray to. Whoa. If I told you lately that I loved you, have I told you there's no one else above you? Fill my world with laughter, no one does it better. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. Fill my world with gladness, you take away all my sadness. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Wow, it's already been a heart-opening day, hasn't it? Am I on? Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. Hi. So we're in our second of this series of humanity's evolution, and today is Heart of Love. I think we're squarely in it. I'm feeling really in it. I hope you're feeling really in it already. And I wanted to bring forth this scripture that you probably all know. If you know one scripture at all from the Bible, you probably have heard 1 Corinthians 13. It's often used at weddings, right? It's just a beautiful testimony to love. And when Paul wrote it, at the end, to give you a little familiarity, it ends with, now these things, three things remain, faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love. And when Paul wrote it, it was a letter to the Corinthians, to the church of Corinth, and there they were having a lot of conflict. It seems wherever humans go, right? There's stuff. There can be stuff. And that church was just trying to get it, they're all coming together, and they're coming together from all different walks of life that haven't been together before, really, in one place, and then celebrating and learning about their spirituality together. And there were people from, the various classes, mostly there was the rich and the poor, not a lot of in between. And, there were Jews and pagans, and there were different ideas about marriage and how the rules and regs of that go. And there were just all kinds of stuff going on that caused a lot of clash. So Paul wrote this to them as a kind of balm, an antidote to conflict, right? All about love, the power of love. And that is what love is in one way, isn't it? It's an antidote to wherever we have conflict, wherever we have clash, wherever we have misunderstanding or fear. And it's so much more than that, because it's still alive and well for us today. Has anybody ever read the end of the book before the beginning of the book? Do you ever do that? Anybody ever go to the end anyway to just see where are we headed here? Yeah, a few of us have done that before, especially with nonfiction. I'll do that. Fiction, I don't want to ruin the plot. But and so it's kind of, today what I'd like to do is reverse 1 Corinthians 13 and go to the destination first, and then we'll backtrack, okay? And so here's the destination. This is the end of, right before the end of the greatest of these. And it says, "For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then we will see face to face. Now I know only in part, but then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known." This sense of I'm on this path of evolution, I'm continuing along my spiritual journey, and I get a glimpse of where I'm headed is to that place where I recognize the fullness and the wholeness and the divinity that I am, where I see the highest and best of myself mirrored to me clearly. In the New Living Translation, it says it a little bit different. It says, "We see puzzling reflections right now." And it says that then we will see everything with perfect clarity, and all that we know that is partial and incomplete right now will then be known completely. Everything will be known then, even as God knows us completely. So there's this sense of the mirror gets clearer as we go. And have you experienced that on your spiritual journey? That you gain clarity, you gain some understanding, and then you know from then on, this works. This, when I'm in more alignment, this works, and I see myself and I know myself more truly, and I see and know others in their more true nature, in their essence. So that's really where Paul is taking us, where he's helping us see that we're headed in this process of evolution. Clarity of our divine self, clarity of beholding the truth in others as well. And then there's this then idea, right? Then, as if it's some faraway time. But then is now. Right? Then it's already arrived, right? Then we are arriving. There is no sort of far casting anymore. We're always becoming, we're always evolving, but we really are hitting these arrival points. Many of you nodded your head when I said you have these moments of clarity, right? You have these moments of remembrance, of knowing, of saying, there I am. I know what it feels like to be in the power. I know what it feels like to feel the love flow through me. I know what it feels like to give the love fully. I know what it feels like to keep my heart open. All of that, right? We have those moments and we have our forgetting, but the forgetting moments are getting slimmer and slimmer. And the shift back into alignment is getting more and more and more. You are cumulatively learning and growing and evolving, and we are all evolving at a much higher speed. Last week I was talking, I didn't plan it, but I was talking about we're on the fast train to evolution and, so on. You remember, now I'm going to launch into this and I'm forgetting her name. Mary, the unwitting mystic who came, Mary Reed. And I just happened to open the first page of her book just to see. I saw she had a new book out, and she was like, the first thing she was talking about is like, we're on the bullet train of human evolution. It's just like, wow, here we are. We're all kind of talking and feeling into the same thing, that it's happening here and now. It's no longer this then. It's no longer this faraway place. It's like, whoa, we're in it. Does it mean it's perfect from here? No. Does it mean it's all easy and fluid? And no, sometimes, and sometimes not. But because we stand where we stand now, we're okay with that. Because we stand in a place of spiritual maturity, which is the next place in reverse order that Paul takes us. He tells us, what does it take, really, to get to that place? And this is what he says. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. Is he talking about just aging? No. You know little wise beings that come right out of the womb, and they're amazing, right? And we know people that are very far advanced into their years that are still in a very kind of maybe childish mindset. It's not to judge anybody, it's just to say we're all on a path. And Paul is saying to get to that clear space, to be able to see yourself in the truth of who you are, to be able to stand up in the magnificence that you are, and to see and interact with people at that level, which we all want to be at that level because things really click at that level. And there's a lot of joy and engagement and passion for life when we are there. And so that sense is, how do we get there? Well, we put away those old childish ways and we spiritually mature. And so what does that look like when we are spiritually mature? When we are spiritually mature, we're able to hear through the noise of distraction. There's a lot of noise of distraction in our world, isn't there? But we're able to hear through it as we spiritually mature. We're able to go to those places. We're able to, as Carolyn teaches, cut through, right? Cut through that noise, that distraction. We're able to see through the smoke and mirrors of sensationalism. Boy, we get sensationalism big, don't we? There's been a frenzy in the media that just seems like it's nonstop from all angles, and it just continues and it continues. But then we are able then to stand in a space that says, okay, I can see what I need to see. I can extract what I need to know, and I can move forward and not waste my time any longer getting sucked into dramas or what ifs, and so on it goes, right? So when we are in a place of spiritual maturity, instead of getting involved in the dividing and the separating and the judging kind of mindset, we go into a place of celebration of diversity. We go into a place of true inclusion and belonging, and a sense of diversity is a beautiful thing, and all are welcome, right? All are welcome. All aspects of self are welcome here. All expressions of humanity are welcome in my circle, in my community, in my spaces. In fact, they are celebrated. That's what love does. And that's what love does as it matures through us. It helps us grow. When we are in a place of spiritual maturity, we disengage from drama. Right? Drama may come your way, but you don't have to get in the sandbox with it. You go sinking down, 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 right? Instead, you can be in a space of honoring the feelings that are present, holding to the facts. There's a place for decency and honesty and integrity when we are spiritually mature. There's not really a lot of space for drama. Why do we even want to go there? Right? Well, drama like theater, that's fun, right? But not like everyday drama. Theater in everyday life, not so great. Yeah. And it's, when we spiritually mature, we move out of that victim consciousness. We move out of that space of, as Michael Beckwith talks about, life happens to me. And we move to the next level of life happens through me. And then the final level, or maybe just one more step, is the as me. Life happens as me. I am affecting life. I'm impacting life. Life is moving with me and through me. And I'm co-creating life. I'm not a victim of life. So all of this and more, in short, what we are doing when we are spiritually maturing is we are mastering love. One step at a time, one relationship at a time, one feeling at a time, one moment at a time, one connection at a time. And all of it at once. Because nothing really seems to move at that slow pace anymore. Yet, we can be in that stillness. We can be in that ever-present moment that reminds us of who we are. And we can relish and revel in that space as well. So my mom has been living with us for a couple of years, and she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, I think it was about 4 years ago. She has some physical issues as well, and she's changed a lot. I mean, I see it even weekly and monthly. I see, changes happening. Some of you are caregivers of parents or have had, loved ones in your life who are going through changes through their aging process. And some days it's really sweet, and some days it's quite challenging, to see somebody change so much. And my mom is not a unitic. She's a friend of victim consciousness. She knows victim consciousness really well. Her mantra every day is aging sucks. And it often is followed by, I bet you can't wait to get like this or to be here. And I think the old school new thought, cancel, cancel. Because that is not my path. But it is my mom's path for whatever reasons. And at this point, I don't think teaching or changing mindsets is really, it's never ours to do anyway. Exactly. But to be, right? Just to be the best we can be. But what is mine to do and what is Brenley's to do is to be the presence of love. In every way we can possibly be. Be the infinite presence of patience. Patience. Wow, that has been a lesson, right? Everything moves at a different pace. And and you have to do a lot of things over and again. And it's just part of the process, right? We get to be the presence of compassion and to give somebody dignity. It is a spiritual maturation process every day, an opportunity to grow. And I know many of you have had these experiences in your life in various ways that have come to you. And I say, embrace it. Meet it with so much love. You can't even believe there's that much love in you. And it's and then it, something hits you sideways and you go, you know what? I'm going into love and I'm standing in love and I'm being love and I'm being compassion and I'm being patient and I'm being kindness and I'm being inclusive and I'm being thoughtful and I'm going to turn around and do it again right now and I'm going to turn around and do it again right now. And no matter what is said or what is done, my mom's an excellent food critic. And Brenley has learned. I'm like, honey, don't ask. Don't ask how the dinner is. Don't ask how the food is. Just button it up. And it's so hard not to. We're trying to make conversation, right? How's dinner? No. So this is what we're up to, right, in our lives. Every day, an opportunity to say, I'm going to open my heart more. I'm going to love more. I'm going to be taught about how to love and hone the skill of love as much as I can possibly hone the skill of love in this lifetime. And every minute, an opportunity to eke a little more love out, right? And we are going to fall short. Of course we do. We will, because we're on this journey to learn. We're here at Earth School to learn. It's not perfect. Love can be very messy, right? Love can hurt. Love can be hard. But what else would we ever want to sign up for but to love? Because it's the best, isn't it? When you feel loved, when you feel love with another person, when you feel the love of spirit, when you know that you are loved like nobody and nothing can love you, but there is this spirit that just loves you, that you live inside and you move and have your being within, and that it is within you. And you get to be in that dance of life in a body of light and have this heart that you can just keep open and keep open and keep open. We have these instincts to shut, right? We have these old egoic ways that say, oh, I got to protect, I got to shut it. Not anymore. We don't need that stuff anymore. The doors are open. The old thing people would say, cover yourself, shield yourself in energetic light before you leave the house, especially if you're an empath or a sensitive person. That stuff is out the window now. You know why? Because when we shield ourselves, we shield out the good too. And so the shield is inside. The shield is here. Love never fails. Love is, your life is fail-safed in love. You can go anywhere and do anything because you're like a warrior of love. And nothing can touch us really, truly. You know, I often think of that image. I think I've told you about this time I was in Assisi, Italy, and I was just having this moment with this image of Jesus. And, you know, I didn't grow up Catholic, so I wasn't that familiar with like the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and he had the thorny crown and the blood, and I mean, it was pretty graphic. And there was this heart, and he had his, you know, I think there's that, you know, I sound so unschooled, I'm sorry, in this, but there's a position that his hands are in with the Sacred Heart, I think. Is it like two fingers? And I just got, like, as I was looking at it, like, you cannot touch me. Nothing can harm me. I mean, you can persecute me. You can, you know, do terrible things to me physically. You can crucify me. You cannot touch this. I am fail-safed in love. There is nothing to fear. And I don't have to put up a big shield because I want the good in as much as I want to keep out whatever I call bad. Because we are unafraid when we are in love. We have no need for weapons and all that stuff. When we are in the presence of love, we are embodiment of love. We are moving with a heart of love. It's all courage. That's what the heart is. That's actually the root of the word. Courage is heart. It means heart. To be somebody who is centered in love is to be somebody who's courageous to be vulnerable, courageous to share who they are, like Lariah shared earlier. It takes a lot of bravery to say, this is who I am, and self-love to say, I'm finally going to allow myself to be the truth of who I am. It's powerful. It's brave. And it's who every one of us is. In truth. So Paul comes back around to the verse, the beginning of Corinthians, with probably what you know, this verse. If I could speak all the languages of the earth and of the angels, but didn't love others, I would only be a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I had the gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans, and if I possessed all knowledge, and if I had such a faith that I could move mountains, but I didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I had to the poor, and even if I sacrificed my body, I could boast about it, but if I didn't love others, I would have gained nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It's not irritable, and it keeps no record of wrongs done. Right? We all know that move, don't we? That's why everybody's laughing. So you know the move, right? You got the back pocket list. And somebody said something hurtful, especially the people who are closest to you, and out comes the list. It's a long scroll. It might even be pretty writing, you know? And we can go one by one through all the things that have happened that we have been wronged by. But love doesn't do that, so you better burn your scroll. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith. It's always hopeful. It endures through every circumstance. It does not rejoice in injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins. In sum, love is everything. And nothing else, it seems, matters when it doesn't have love. Nothing is gained without love. Nothing maybe even really exists without love. Interesting, in this version that I just read, the New Living Translation, it doesn't say without love or if I had not love. It says if I didn't love others. Very specific, if I didn't love others. It gives us our marching orders to go out there in the world and love others, because that's really what it's all about. That's how we put our love into action. So there's a mirror in every relationship, right? There's an opportunity to use that mirror in every relationship. And the more we evolve, the closer we get to that clarity of seeing the truth. And seeing the divinity and the goodness in another is, guess what? A reflection of ourselves. So our relationships also are holding up mirrors for us. As Eckhart Tolle said, did you know relationships aren't to make you happy? What? It's like, wait a second, that just ruined every romance movie I've ever seen. Are you kidding me? He says, relationships are here to make you conscious. It's a nice reframe, isn't it? And then guess what? When we get more conscious, we get happier. So it happens anyway. There are cultural creatives all over the globe that are doing amazing things right now to evolve us on all kinds of levels, and education and environment and technology. I mean, the innovations and the thinking behind a lot of it, and really the heart behind a lot of it, is pretty profound. Most of the things that I've seen have a spiritual component in it that's the linchpin of how the thing works. Right? This works if we have this part. There's something called Theory U by Otto Scharmer. And the U is about connecting with each other. And at the bottom of the U, it's all about connecting with Source and presence. And it's absolutely essential to go through the bottom of the U to do that, to drop into the depth of U, I guess we could say, to go through that arrow that shoots us up into the evolving future. And you can look at spiral dynamics, all this collective spiritual that goes upward, and this has the same ideas in it, very spiritual. The Great Turning by Joanna Macy, who's a deep ecologist and Buddhist teacher. She talks about our times as a time of the Great Turning, and all of her teachings are very spiritual about how we make the turn to move together and create a world where all life is awakened and all life thrives in conscious oneness, as our vision says here at Unity. There's so much good, there's so much excitement, there's so much stuff going on in the world. And all these folks, whether they come from spirituality or psychology or research or whatever disciplines they come from, they're talking about how the shift now is from ego consciousness to eco consciousness. Now, we all know ego consciousness pretty well, right? We could all probably define that. They say it's driven by self-interest and competition and individual success and worldly power. But eco consciousness is about interconnectedness. It's about collaboration. It's about having the kind of heart that says, I care about the greater good. It's about the sense of that we're all in this together, that I care about the well-being of others because we understand that we are inextricably linked. We understand, in fact, deeper still, that we are one. And so we are moving together as one. We basically have two operating systems, right? The brain and the heart. These are, the body, of course, is holding all of this, and the body has its own wisdom. But these main operating systems are what we use to move through the world, at least right now. And often when we go to the mind, we don't access so much the higher mind as habitually, but we're really good at accessing what's called the lower mind, or the surface mind, or just the mind that is in the physical realm, which also, plays into the ego. And it's through that it's kind of like we've used that kind of to its fullness in terms of solving everyday problems. You know what Einstein said? You can't solve things at the level of the problem, right? That same level that it was created. But yet we still try over and over and over again, Years ago, my niece was in a relationship, and the rest of the family didn't really see it going anywhere, but, we do what we do in relationships, right? We have to play it out for ourselves. And every time she'd come to a family gathering, and usually he wouldn't come, I'd say, how come Richard didn't come? Oh, he's home trying to figure things out. This was the refrain. Trying to figure things out was many years of figuring things out. She worked 2 jobs, paid most of the bills, did all the cooking, all the cleaning, so on, right? And And she just stood by thinking he was going to figure things out because he said he was figuring things out. But I don't think he ever figured. I mean, I hope he's figured things out by now, but she's moved on. But that's the thing, right? That's what we do. It's like, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. And we go through the problem and we mull through the problem and we lay awake at night trying to figure out the problem. But it's at that same level. And guess what? All the while, we've got this other operating system. It's a solution center. The heart is a solution center. It's like, wow, all I had to do was drop into my heart and ask my heart. That's all that had to happen. And then I could have had my answer, and I could have moved on, and I could have resolved this issue. I could have healed this thing. Yes. I'm here to tell you, yes. That's it. We're just habitually trying to figure it out on the same wheel. And all the while, we've got this amazing solution center, healing center, place of that's portal to the divine love, the portal to the presence of God. And all we got to do is drop in and ask. Kids get this very organically, and that tells us that it's very natural for us to go to our hearts. I remember when Grace, our goddaughter, was living with us, and she was struggling with some things, not figuring out how to do something, and I said, well, what does your heart say? Immediately she had her answer. It was like I hardly skipped a beat, and she knew. Because it's natural for us to go to the heart. It's natural for us to go to love and let love pour forth its gifts for us, to each other. So when we go to the heart center, how do we go there? Well, we always want a way and a how-to. So meditation, we know. Heart math has all kinds of practices. Heart-centered listening. But let's not complicate it either. Breathe, drop into your heart. You're there. You're there. You're in the presence of love. You're in the portal to divine love. You're being reminded of the truth of who you are. You can flow out that love with such ease because you start to fill up with it in no time, just like in our meditation. You're just, we take a few moments in the silence and we hear some beautiful music and suddenly we're just flowing with love. And when there's so much of it, we just share it, and guess what? It keeps filling. It's like an eternal spring. There is no end to the source of love. It's infinite, and we're plugged into it, and we're made of it, and we're here to share it. And that, my friends, is what the world needs. Love, love, love. There's a cry for love out there. There's a desire for love in here, right? And it's already here. So let's stop figuring it out and start flowing it out. Saint Teresa of Avila was, just an example of somebody who had so many life challenges and so many accomplishments all at the same time. She lived during the Spanish Inquisition. She was pretty much single-handedly reforming the Carmelite order. She would go out on stagecoaches across the rough countryside, and she would speak and teach under intense gender repression. She had major health challenges, so you can imagine what those journeys were like. The order had financial issues, on and on it goes. And yet, in the midst of all, she spoke, she taught, she wrote a book. I mean, it's kind of painful to read the beginning of her book because you can see how she had to write what a lowly woman she was and how much the men knew in the church, and so on, in order to even publish it. But she got it out there, considered a mystical masterpiece, The Interior Castle. But here's what she said. It's not, the important thing in life is not to think much, but to love much. She had to think a lot to make her way through all of that. But what she knew, and what we all know, is it's not really about that. It's not that we don't love our thinking minds and appreciating our thinking minds, but love is leading the charge. Love needs to lead the charge. It's time for love to be put at the front of this course that we are cutting together into a new humanity, into a new earth. And if we individually let our hearts lead the way, let love lead the way, we contribute to the energy of that is moving us up and out into the human family and the earthly, new earth experience that we are all wanting and heading for. So we got to trust it, right? Trust the process, trust the heart. Brenly's nephew and girlfriend were visiting, and we went up to the American River and went rafting a couple weeks ago. And I don't think we'd ever been in rapids, and it was like a level, it wasn't 5, but it was a level 3 rapids. And you get put into a boat with strangers, right? So there's 4 of us in the family that went, and then 2 strangers, and then a guide we've never met, and off we go into these rapids, right? And it's a lot like today. It's like we're in this boat together, folks, right? There's family and there's friends, but there's also strangers, and you got to learn to paddle in sync. And you better learn fast because level 3's coming up. And you better listen to the guide because they know where they're going, right? So all of this is happening. And what was our mission? To have fun, for no one to get hurt, you know. And we did. We had fun. Nobody got hurt. We did watch another boat that wasn't having as much fun. Certainly the guide wasn't having as much fun because everybody's paddles were just kind of dragging in the water, and there was a kid running around in the raft, and it was a mess every time they came up to the rapids. And she's like, "You have to help me paddle." So, you know, we have those moments too, right? Are there rapids ahead in our journey? Absolutely. Can it get messy in love? Absolutely. Are we up for the task? Absolutely. We were built for this. We were incarnated for this. We agreed to come in together at this time. How beautiful. Hello, soul family. It is so good to be with you and to know that on this mystical, magical journey that at some point we said, yes, I'm going to walk with these people or paddle with these people down through this amazing river of evolution to the ocean of possibility that is a realization of who we are. And at the end of that, there is a pure and clear reflection of the truth of the divinity that we are. And guess what? Not just at the end, but all along the way. All along the way, there is a place and a time to reflect with each other and ourselves that we are divine in essence, that we are made of love, that we are here for love, that we can be love, and that we are here now. We don't have to struggle about figuring it out. All we got to do is flow it out. Yes? Yes. Let's do it. Yes. I invite you to affirm with me and know that when you get into fear, that your life is fail-safe in love, okay? Let's know that. Let's say this together. My life is fail-safe in love. I let divine love flow through my heart and help evolve my human family. Amen. And I see Dr. Acker's already here. Hooray! Thank you for being with us.
Well, after that talk, I have just 4 words to say. Carolyn, I love you.
We're very blessed. Our prayer chaplains are available.
I knew that to throw her off balance.
Breathe, right? Our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide personal prayer support. If you're a prayer chaplain, please stand. Our prayer chaplains wear the lavender stoles.
So whether you have a joy or a concern in your heart today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness. So for the past few weeks, and it'll be continuing on, we've had somebody, sometimes board representatives, although Kathy Bate gave a great talk the other day, to just kind of share what Unity means to them. I'm going to do that today, but I'm going to put a little different slant on it. I've been on the board for the last 7 years, and I've been absolutely enjoyed my time. So I'm going to talk about what Unity means to me through that lens, if you will. And it's really two things I want to emphasize. One is you get the opportunity to serve. We can give financially, and we all do to this community, and that's important. But serving, volunteering, being part of this community is fantastic. And being on the board is kind of like volunteering in spades sometimes. There's a lot that happens. I mean, no one told me in 2018 when I first got on the board that there was going to be a pandemic that we had to deal with 2 years later. But it's there, and together as a board, we worked on it. So this opportunity to serve is so fulfilling for you as a person. Forget about the effect it has and the need within the Unity community. And the second thing I would talk about is getting to really, really know some of your fellow members at depth. There's 10 of us on the board, the minister plus 9 elected people. We rotate 3 people off because you serve 3-year terms, or you can come for re-election. But so you've got more people coming in, so you not only know those 9 other people, plus usually a couple of, what do we call them? Advisors, board advisors. And we get to work through problems. We got to work through COVID. Like, what do we do? What do we know? People had different ideas. We had input from the community, and all those ideas have to be taken in. But one of the things that I felt on the board is I got to say what I felt and what I was thinking, and I got to listen to all the other people on the board as they talked too. And together we would settle in and then ultimately vote and make decisions and then back our decisions as a group, which is, it's a great feeling. I mean, we talk about democracy in America. Well, this is very democratic process. And the time I've been on the board, there's been no contention. We have different ideas, but it's smooth, right? We flow. There's a lot of loving flow going on in that board, and thank you, Richard. Richard and I will be leaving the board at the end of this year. Chris Gomes her term is over, but she may run to stay on the board. But what I'm going to say to you is there will be some new board members. I encourage you to drop into your heart and just ask the question, is it my time to step forward and run for a place on this board? And if the answer is yes, have the courage of your conviction and go for it, because I'll guarantee you one thing, you will be so happy you did. And at the end of your time, at the end of my time, the only regret I have is that my time on the board is ending. So thank you.
Now let us open our hearts to the practice of giving. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature.
For your convenience, there are a variety of ways to give financially to this community, shown on the screen in front of you. For those watching online, there's a donate button on the Watch Live page. We encourage everyone to avoid fees that the apps charge by setting up automatic giving through your bank's bill pay system.
I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and repeat our affirmation with me. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
Thank you.
Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, get a little love in your heart. See that it's getting late, oh, don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you.
Just wait
And see, oh, now the day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. You want want the world to know. Just don't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. The world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. 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 Thank you.
A little flow going there. Oh, you all are the best. You know that? Yes, yes, yes. You're just radiating love. That's what actually was our tagline. Somebody reminded me of our 70th anniversary. We've been transforming lives and radiating love since 1948. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's been a while. There's a lot of love out there. A lot of love in here. And it keeps on going, keeps on going. And right here, thank you for your love offerings. We see them multiplied. We see them doing their good in our ministry and far, far beyond in each of our lives as givers as well. So let's bless it together and see this good enhanced. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. So it is.
All right, let's bring in the kids.
All right.
We are a circle of love. We are a circle of light. Come join the circle of love. Come join the circle of light. The light in you and the light in me are one. The light in you and the light in me are one.
Say good morning. Good morning. Today in our class, we did yoga and we played parachute and drew really, really nice pictures. But before we did all of that, we had special prayers where we would get in a circle and we would tell everybody our names and how old we were and when was our birthday. And at the end, we asked if there was any special prayers that anyone would like to tell us.
Thank you so much, Gracie. And does anyone from the Uniteens want to share what you did?
Today we talked about having changes in our lives and how if somebody gets into an argument, you can be stuck in the middle of it.
Awesome job, kids. Thank you so much. Not yet. We're going to get our blessing. Are you ready? You want one more? You want to say one more thing? Oh, they're going to bless us. Yeah. Okay. But you can bless. We're going to bless each other too. Okay. We're all going to do it together. Yeah.
All right. Let's bless our teachers and youth and children together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
All right, let's hold hands.
Yes, indeed. And we are going to sing our closing song, All Good, All Good. Please rise in body or spirit. Let your neighbor know if you like to hold hands or if you're going to take this in more privately. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Now I know all is good, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Now I know all is love, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Now I know all is one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Now I know all is one, holy, holy.
You are the heart and the love and the flow on earth right now. So let your love flow. Have fun and spread joy.